The autistic son of my neighbor has not stopped invading my garden for the past 7 months. After moving into my new house with my daughter and my dogs, the 16-year-old boy from next door, who has severe Down syndrome, has been increasingly encroaching on my property. Initially, I spoke with the neighbors, and they expressed their apologies. They promised to keep a closer eye on him while he was in their yard. However, after a few months, they no longer seem to care and let him roam as he pleases. I've installed security cameras in the backyard and at the front of the house, solely for my own safety, as we have a pool. He would climb the 6M wooden fence to enter my garden with a ladder from his little house and let my dogs out. So far, I've prevented him from letting my dogs out by using chains and locks on 2 gates. Many times, the door to my garage was left open. He would come out of his garden and enter my house to let my dogs out. When he got into the yard and couldn't get out, he would start screaming, crying, and freezing before starting to close the gates because of them and letting my dogs out. His parents would simply come in, pick him up, and leave. Now, since I changed that, they started making a big fuss, saying that I was trapping him in my garden and that they had to climb the fence, bring the ladder, and carry him back. I'm not really blaming the child. He doesn't know what he's doing. He has some very serious problems, and he's very lucky that my 2 German Shepherds are very friendly. However, last week, I had to draw the line. While I was at work, one of my daughters called me complaining that the boy had jumped the fence again and was causing a ruckus while she was trying to sleep. She said he was trying to open the gate to let the dogs out of the house by hitting the locks with a hammer. She told me his parents weren't home at the time, so she didn't know who to tell to come pick him up. A wave of sympathy washed over me. I told my daughter to let the dogs out and let the boy play with them until I got home. However, I told myself that this would be the last straw. My plan was to come home, take the boy to his house, and tell his parents that I will no longer tolerate him in my garden. I sent a message to his parents telling them that I would allow their son to play with my dogs only for today. However, today is the last day he can do it. I've had enough. I continued working until I received a notification on my phone from my camera system saying that sporadic movement had been detected in my garden. I ignored it, thinking it was just the boy running around with my dogs. 2 minutes later. Now you can watch the second part by pressing share and more.